You've been defeated long enough and mistreated long enough. Queen, it's time to stand up. Queen, it's time to get up. Queen, it's time to rise. Queen, rise up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Queens Rise Up. You know how we do. This is Queen Rise Up Women Empowerment. What do we do around here? Come on, somebody tell me. We empower who? You. Somebody say me. That woman to know her worth and her value. And Kings, listen, if you hear hustling out there this morning, can I tell you the principles are still the same? Listen to me, real talk. Listen, when you get up in the morning, make the devil mad. Make him mad, make him mad, make him mad, make him mad. Queen, how do we make him mad? You say what God says concerning you, and that is real talk. But queens, get up this morning, shake the dust off. Good morning, queen. It's a new day. It is a fresh start, and today is your new beginning. I need you to get up this morning. Listen, if you're joining me today for the first time, my name is Chantel C. Ross, and this is Queen Rise Up, where we empower women to know their worth and their value, and not just to motivate you, not just to inspire you, but to empower you so that you can carry out the mission, the task, the purpose of the assignments that are on your life that God has given you as a woman, as a mother, as an auntie, as a grandmother, as a financier. But real talk, so you got to get up, or you're rising up, not just from the outside, you're rising up from the inside out, not just from the outside in. So when things are not okay, you can still persevere. When you need to take a step back, you know how to get up and start again. To be empowered, because you teach her how to fish, she'll never go hungry again. Do you hear me? So get up this morning, shake the dust off. Some of us shaking off religious backgrounds. Some of us shaking off the wrong patterns of thinking. Come on, generational curses, things that you believe that were right and they're wrong. I'm talking about being empowered, breaking chains and yokes off of your life, not just in a religious standpoint, but your life, your life. I mean, it's one thing to have a whole lot of scripture, but it's one thing to live a life that is really abundantly, because you can say a thing and not be doing a thing. Let me get up this morning. I need you to get up this morning, shake the dust off, and this is real talk. It is a new day. It is a fresh start, and this is real talk. Your everyday life, it does matter. And I found out every day you don't have to be okay, queen. You don't have to be okay every day. If I was okay every day, I would think, you know what? Every day you don't have to be okay, and it's okay not to be okay. Let me help somebody today. But the thing about not being okay, just make sure you are working on not staying in that place, or you're putting your energy into something that is positive and not negative. Oh, it's okay not to be okay. I promise you. Do you hear me? Because every day is not peaches and cream. Every day you won't feel like you're on top of the mountain. Every day you're going to have issues. You're going to have trials. You're going to have circumstances. But the thing about it is, you got to be a part of, come on, you got to be a part of that thing that's going to get you to a better end. You hear me? You don't just stop and stay right where you are. Good morning, queens. I need you to get up this morning and shake the dust off your feet. Declare over your life what God says concerning you. Good morning, because life and death is in the power of your tongue. I want to encourage somebody today, because there was moments when you don't feel okay and you think that you are out, you're not in alignment, or you're not in the will of God. Let me tell you, good morning, Barbara. You can be in the will of God, you can be in his alignment, and you can still feel not okay. It is okay. Every day is not always perfect. Every day will not be perfect, but you just make sure when it's not okay that you are plugged into the right things. You are plugged into the correct source. And this is real talk. I need you to get up this morning. Oh, come on. Real Monday morning talk. Because queens, we walk. I know I empower, I motivate, I encourage, I'll keep moving, keep shucking and jiving, doing what I need to do in the things of God. But I gotta tell you, there is days when even when you're still moving and advancing in the kingdom of God, there is days when you don't feel okay. Sometimes there's heaviness, but you gotta keep pushing. Sometimes you don't feel like going, you gotta keep going. And this is real talk, but you gotta do your part. Come on, you gotta do your part even when it gets hard. But it is okay not to be okay. Can I tell you, queen? But what you do when you're not okay, it matters, because you have to be, you have to be a part of whatever it is that God is doing in your life. And sometimes you don't feel okay. Sometimes you don't even feel like doing it. But That's the real talk. Can I tell you? Sometimes you just don't want to do it. You don't feel like doing it. But Queen, you got to be a part of the. You got to be part of the process. You got to be a part of it. Matter of fact, if you go to James 4:7, I'm gonna do this morning. We're gonna declare over your life in a minute. But he says, listen, you got to submit yourself. You have to apply yourself. You have to submit. He says, if you submit yourself, therefore to God, he said, and you'll resist the devil, then he'll flee from you. You have to do your part. Let me help somebody today. Do your portion, do your part, do what's required, even when you're not feeling okay. And this is real talk, because sometimes when you're not feeling your very best self, you start doing things that have you compromising. You'll start saying things that are not profitable. But let me tell you something this morning, Queens. You have to do your part. What is it in life that you want change? What is it in life that, you know what? Some things need to be better, or maybe it's a part of your life where you're just not okay. Because we come here every morning, empower you, encourage you, motivating you to be your best version of you, that you'll live an abundant life, the best that you. But sometimes you don't feel like you're living your best life, and that's just real talk. And remember, it's not by how you feel, it's by faith. But there is moments where sometimes you just want to drop the towel. There is moments that you wonder, Lord, don't take your spirit from me. Are you still with me? There are moments where you have tragedy and experiences. There are moments. Well, listen to me, but I need you to let you know you got to stay part of your process and make sure you are plugging into the source, not the resource, but to the source. Come on, that will strengthen you. Come on, to the source. Come on, that will keep you. To the source that will empower you. To the source. Don't start nothing. You better stay plugged into the source, and that is real talk. So when you have run out of steam, or you have lost your interest, or you're just because, Queens, if you stop doing your part, how can God perform his? I need you to get up this morning and get into your rightful place. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's open up your mouth this morning and declare over your life who God says you are. Be a part of your victory. Be a part of your overcoming. Be a part of that place where you're not okay. You hear me? Because, Queen, it is okay not to be okay, because sometimes you don't even feel okay because the weight or the ram of the attacks that affects your life sometimes. And sometimes you don't understand why you feel the way you feel, but something just isn't right. It is okay, just as long as you keep submitting. Come on, James, I need you to lock and load this morning. James 4:17. Keep submitting yourself to God. You got to stay plugged into the source. Even when you feel like, you on your last leg. This is the last straw. I don't know, but I need you to submit yourself. Come on, that means you got to willfully, intentionally, thoughtfully, consciously submit your will to God. Let me help you today. I need y'all to get up this morning, Queens. You got things to do. You got places to go. You have been chosen for something specifically designed just for you. And maybe that thing that's making you feel like you're not okay is stopping you from getting to the destination. But it is okay not to feel okay. If I was to tell you every day, Queen, that I felt okay and it was absolutely no, you have to learn how to press in. You got to learn how to submit. This is real talk. You got to learn, you got to learn how to push in the pain. Let me help. I said the other day about pushing in the pain. You know how a woman gives birth. If you're familiar with the way that the woman gives birth, the doctor doesn't tell her to push when there's no pain. He tells her to stop and breathe. The only time you push is when there's a contraction. Let me help you today. It's okay not to be okay. But when that moment that you need to push, when the pain is at the highest level of an experience, you got to submit. You still got to push. You got to be obedient. Real talk. When there's pain, when you're not okay, can you still persevere? Can you still push? Can you still give birth? And this is real talk. Matter of fact, when you're having labor pains, that's when your contractions is when you push. When you're not having pain, that's where you breathe. I need you to get up this morning. So, because sometimes we'll hold on to God only while in pain. What about when you're not in pain and you need to breathe? You need to lock. You need to load. You need to study. You need to make sure you're in the right environment. So when the pain comes and it's not okay, you can still push. You queens, you got to be a part of your process. Do you hear me? Now it's one thing to, because we have so much word and life to reference to and to abide in, but just to talk about something is different than actually pouring out or going through the process. Because it's good to talk about a thing. It's good to even vent about a thing. But when you got to submit yourself, therefore, to God, resist the devil so he will flee from you. Queens, you got to, you better learn how to push, and this is real talk. What is on your plate this morning? Get your journal. It says, through the word and through itself, we must surrender to God. We must take control of our five. Queen, you do real. If you don't take control of them five senses, your enemy will take control of them for you. Do you hear me? And this is real talk. He will get you out of pocket. He'll start having you settle. He'll keep you operating. He'll help you keep going. You know, when you're having moments in life, you'll keep going over the same thing, and then you create that wrong emotion or that. Come on, so you can't keep going over the same patterns and the same patterns, because you keep thinking on a thing it over and over and over again. It'll start to affect you if it's in a negative way. If you don't know how to flip the script, then that's real talk. So so you do have to take control of your emotions and your common sense. You know what? Common sense is hard to find these days. Some days, you hear me? Real talk. But you got to do your part. So yesterday, I was working alongside someone, and part of the process of them doing their part, they somewhere along the line they stopped doing some of their responsibilities. So what happened was, when the responsibility wasn't being handled with the person I was working with, it fell on me. I need you to get up this morning. Don't allow your responsibility to fall on somebody else when you've been chosen and called to do what you've been purposed to do. And this is real talk. Because if you don't do your part, you got to do your part. So your responsibility doesn't fall on anyone else. And so that God, good morning, Queen, you got to do your part. And I know it gets tough sometimes. I know it gets tough. Honey, if my name was Chantel Tough Ross, listen to me. I know it gets tough. The roads get rocky. Sometimes your vision gets blurry. Even your hearing becomes unsound. That's where, at that moment, Queen, you have to learn how to push. You're not, listen to me, when you can't hear, it's not the time to sit back. When you're having hard times, that's not the time to sit back. That's the time you push. That's the time when you're not feeling okay. That's the moment you learn through the word of God how to submit, how to resist, how to push when the pain is at its highest realm. And this is real talk. So God can get you to the next level or the next dimension of your walk. And this is real talk. You hear me? Because if we want to execute only when it's raining roses. No. What about when you have that hard pain, that contraction, when you got to get up and face new experiences and they're tough for you, or you face some new tragedies? Real talk. So in the end, common sense is going to rule the world. No, Queen, at the end of the day, it's going to be faith. Because many of us have common sense that's causing a whole lot of chaos. And this is real talk. But we're going to have to live by faith and not by sight. And sometimes faith does not take common sense. Let me have a sip this morning. And that's a real talk, because some of the things I know that I had to do out in the midst of my traveling in my journey, though, it didn't make sense to many. Because faith does not make common sense. Let me get up out of here. So it can't just be common sense. And I understand morals and values, and what goes up must come down. Those principles, we get it because every system has a law, and that is real talk. Common sense has a law as well. It's by faith, baby. Listen to me. Do you hear me? Real talk. And then when you were operating in faith, because common sense will say. Common sense may even tell you to say something and you're not supposed to speak because now you're walking by faith. So you got to have a balance between common sense and faith. I'm telling you real talk because sometimes we'll say things that'll talk us out of the provision that God has in store. Sometimes we start thinking the wrong way, which leads to and think yourself out of what God has in store for you. Sometimes even common sense will tell you to open up your mouth, say something, but there is moments by faith it'll tell you to hush up, don't say a word. I am at work, just submit to me. If you go to James, make sure you write it down. James 4:6. If you just submit to me, therefore submit yourself unto God and resist the devil, and he'll flee from you. Let me tell you something. That's by faith. Now, common sense will tell you. Listen to me. Now, common sense will say, "Let me resist." But when you have to operate by faith, when you're in a hard rock, come on, your back is against the wall, can you still submit? Come on, real talk. It's an educational for who's running the country. Let me tell you something, Queen. At the end of the day, so our portion is to make sure we are working our God's agenda. It says common sense is flesh. It really is. At the end of let me have a sip. Don't start nothing this morning, y'all. Oh! And who's running the world supposed to be running the world? Who God set? They're supposed. How can I say this? There is agendas according to the word of God that has to come to fruition. So that means that those who are running the world systems, can I say that? Running the world systems has a role, come on, as it pertains to God, Christ's coming. They're not doing anything new under the sun. They're only doing what has been written before. Come on, listen to me. The foundations of the earth. I need you to get up this morning. Listen to me. This is real talk. Now what happens is for those who are running the world on common sense, we as in the body got to operate by faith and not by sight. And this is real talk. Because those who operate on common sense understand there's a system. They understand there is laws. They understand that if they do a thing, something's going to get done. They understand if they push their agenda. Come on, real talk. Do you hear me? And Queen, and it is. But what are you? And the thing about it is, in all knowing what you know, are you fulfilling your purpose? Are you fulfilling your assignment? Are you, because sometimes we worry about everybody else's assignment, but what about yours? We're looking at everybody else's situations and what they're doing and their agendas. Are you operating in the agenda or the assignment that God has called you? And this is real talk. Yeah, many are called, but I am. Are you chosen? And this is real talk because we can see it. We can see it through the news. We can see it through systems. We can see it through the injustice system. We can see it through politics. We can see all types of things happening. Come on, and that's real talk. But what about are you or are we fulfilling our assignment? Because we can see everything else around us, but are we dealing with the things that we need to deal with as individuals? Because it's easy. I told one of the queens the other day, it's easy to see out than it is to see in. Are you submitting? Are you resisting? Are you fleeing? And this is real talk. You have to be a part of what it is that you want from God. Cynthia, are we dealing with ourselves? This is a real, let me have a sip this morning. I told one of my queens the other day, I says, listen, make sure you're taking care of your base before you go out. And your base, and for us, our base is home. And then we reach out to the church and the community. But you make sure you're dealing with your house. And then even while you're dealing with your house, you can still be, reaching, but don't not reach inside. Because I'm telling you, Queens, can I tell you, I lived a life where there was no inside reach, but it was a great reach to the church and the community. Let me have a sip. And I used to always be like, listen, quit reaching for everybody and please reach for me. Quit preaching to everybody and please speak to me. You know what? Quit laying hands on everybody. Lay hands on me. Let me have, you know what? Let me get over here. Submit! You hear me preaching and teaching the roofs? You know what, Queen? Matter of fact, I'm getting roof repair right now. Preaching and teaching while your roof leaking. And you know what, Queen? And there was moments where you would, you trying to plug in all the holes, but you got to be a pastor. Everybody got to be doing their part. You're plugging in all the holes, getting exhausted. Come on, making sure the leaks ain't happening over here. You got a leak over there. Don't start, listen to me, no. And then after a while, you start leaking. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to be fooling with you today, Cynthia, but real talk. And then you start leaking, you're leaking. And you know what? By the time you get finished, everything on the outside is built up, but everything on the inside leaking, got holes in it, falling apart. Enemy done came in, got access to it, done destroyed it, done ate it up. Let me have a sip this morning. You know what? Since you're starting nothing this morning, Queen, listen to me, real talk. But the thing is, are you going to be a part of the process? It takes work to submit. It takes work, because if you submit to God, therefore to God, and the enemy, then he'll flee. But if you ain't submitting, you're gonna give him room. You're gonna give him access. You're gonna leave him places to work in your life, in your marriage, in your ministries. You're gonna get in your. Oh, don't start now for the people in the back. Don't start now, Queen. It says the two plug has been plugged. You know what? Don't start nothing, Queen. Listen, but real talk, because I remember getting tired. I was tired. Because one thing you can't do, you can't get anyone else to change. I was sharing too how I had an experience. I was working with an individual yesterday, and they wasn't doing their part. And I was like, okay. And so what happens is the part that they weren't doing, the weight fell on me. I was like, hold it. Now wait, time out. You getting ready to pull out of here, but you didn't finish your portion, so the weight fell on me. So now I'm doing double portion, double of the work, because now, let me have a sip this morning. I need you to get up, Queens. You got to be a part of your process. And I want to encourage somebody out there who you may be looking from, maybe you ear hustling, because I'm finding out a lot of people ear hustle. You might not like, you might not share, you might not tag. Oh, but you viewing. Listen, it is okay not to be okay. Do you hear me? But while not okay, you got to make sure you are doing what is required in the process. Every day you won't feel like you're on top of the mountain. You're going to have hard moments in life. But you still got to know James 4:6. I need you to get up. How to submit. 4:7. Still how to submit when you are in a hard place. And this is real talk. That means you're going to be obedient. You're going to stay in alignment. Now, can you push when the contraction is present? Or does that push frustrate you? Or that contraction or that hard part, does it frustrate you? Queens, you got to get up. And you're getting up from the inside out, not just from the outside in. Can I just say this while I'm sitting here with you? I believe in my heart of hearts, if we were to really take this word of God and apply it to the situations in our life, according to the will of God, can I tell you, I believe in my heart of hearts, I probably wouldn't be sitting at the end of a divorce if everybody played their part. Sometimes people just don't want to play the part because it's too hard. And that's real talk. But after, you got to be part of your process. So God, let me give you an example. God says, okay, by his stripes, you are healed. Maybe you need to change some of the things that you are doing. Some of the things that you're eating. Maybe you need to get up and start walking. Maybe you got to be a part of your process. out. Some of you, maybe you're restless and you can't sleep well at night. Maybe you need to get some sugar out of your life. Let me have a sip over here. Plug up some of them holes in the roof, them leaks. You got to do what works for the self before you can. And Queen, let me have a sip. Don't you get disqualified trying to do everybody else. And I know we are servants, because we were servants and we are to serve, absolutely. And I remember coming up in the, Lord Jesus, let me just be nice, coming up in the church family, and they taught us how to serve, 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 serve. I went back and looked at everybody's life who was serving. Most of them have lost their marriages. I'm going to have a sip this morning. Let me behave. You know what? Woo! Lost their marriages. But they steady serving. Most of them don't even know how to raise their children properly. But they don't serve so much in the church. Oh. You know what? Let me get over here. I'm not going to fool with y'all this morning. Make sure, because you can't give what you don't have. So make sure you are part of your process. Make sure you're doing your part in the process. Make sure you are submitting in the process. Let me have a thing. I remember coming back here to fight for restoration, reconciliation, but this time I was like, I will not lose my children, because last time we were separated, but this time let me make sure the base is tight. Woo! Because sometimes we're executing and moving and pursuing, and we ain't dealt with self. Because what happens when you don't deal with yourself, whatever's on Aaron's beard is gonna run down. Did you hear me? I told my daughter 22-54, I'm giving all of me to God. Preparation to set up for my final days. Jackie, you better give. You know what? Submit, Queen. Get into alignment. Listen to me. The total man, spirit, soul, and body. Surrender. Don't start nothing. Listen to me. Getting ready for my final days. Living comfortable in my spirit. Come on, spirit man. Queen, real talk. Not worrying about who desires to serve out their life in the carnal real. Good morning, Queen. Real talk. Giving all of you. And listen to me. You know what we say? It's all or nothing at the end of the day. And what I love about the process, even with the kingdom in the kingdom of God, he didn't guarantee that everything's going to be perfect. Not until you make it to your eternal, hopefully your proper eternal destination. But that life wasn't going to be full of whims and circumstances, and that there's going to be moments when you're not going to feel okay. There may be days where you don't feel your best self, but you got to still stay plugged in. You still got to submit. James 4:7. Make sure you write that down today. Submit yourself. Come on, you got to submit. That means you got to be a part of. That means you got to be intentional. You got to do it on purpose, and that is real talk. Have you ever been in a battle or spiritual warfare, and oh snap, let me get that shirt. Real Queen, don't start. And Queen, what about, now let me tell you about the t-shirts. You can get, I don't know if you've seen the colors, but I didn't add the fonts on there. You can get the fonts in silver. You can get the fonts in blue. You can get them in silver. You can get them in purple. You can get your fonts in different color sequences. I did a lot of these the other day at the vending and fair, And I did like this beautiful blue, man. They were like, "Oh my God!" I did a beautiful pink, so you can choose different fonts. I'm gonna add them to the website. I didn't add them. I just got silver, white, and something else. But you can get them in different colors. Green, you can write them in green on black, or so anyway, that's that. But Queen, let me know. They're on the website, okay? Listen, okay, Queen, I got you. But listen to me, Queens. You know, because and even and that's why I love, and that's another thing about the T-shirt, Sasha. There are opportunities to be able to minister. They're reading them, and it gives opportunity to draw people in because many are called, but I am chosen. And when you know that you're chosen, Queen, submitting is going to be it is. Woo! You're going to have to be obedient. You chosen because you can be called but never fulfill the assignment. You can be called. You can have a whole group of people or individuals who have been called, but listen, there's some who have been chosen. And when you know how you don't start nothing, Queen. Listen to me. You say I'm not being distracted with messy folks. Queen, life is too short right now to be involved in any drama, any messiness. You got to keep your spirit open, keep your mind sound. You know what I mean? Keep your spirit at peace, keep your spirit at rest, at bay, so you can make sure so you don't miss the mark, that you don't miss what God is saying and what He's doing with the distractions, messy people, messy folks being busy. And this is real talk. Can I say that? But I want to encourage you today. Listen to me. You have to be part of your process, and this is real talk. You got to be a part of it. Because we know we want so much we want God to do this, we want God to do that, and we want to, you know what? But are you standing your ground? Are you making righteous choices? Come on, you got to keep your spirit clean, Queen. Queen, real talk. David said, listen, create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit within inside of me. Not make this flesh, you know what, right? Don't make this flesh beautiful. He said, no, renew my heart and create the right spirit, a new spirit inside of me, because it's the spirit, man, that you need to, you know what, keep clean. And one thing, when you start getting your spirit, man, clean, you will recognize foreign substances that does not belong in the house. Let me help you to real talk. So the more you start to submit, you start submitting, resisting, watch what the cleanup look like. So you start cleaning up, you start resisting, and watch the enemy. He'll start to flee. Good morning, Queen. He'll start to flee. Start cleaning up, because when you start cleaning up and submitting, therefore yourself to God, real talk, there is territories that the enemy, when he tries to come in to infiltrate, you will recognize. Come on, don't start nothing. The foreign substances that come in, come on, the inadequacies that come in, you'll be able to recognize them. Why? Because now you submitted to that thing that is clean. And when y'all don't start, none won't be none, Queens. I need you to get up this morning, because you got to be a part of your process. Because God, he's not getting ready to do he's not doing everything for you. I'm gonna tell you right now, he's not going to do everything for you. Do you hear me? You need help in areas, you got to go give them something. Give them something. Good morning, Queen. Give them something to work with. And this is real talk. Many of you have been called, you've been chosen, you've been assigned. But listen, you're sitting with your hands folded. How can he use you if you don't unfold your hands? I need you to get up this morning. You keep talking about, do this, no, get up. Apply, get up, step out, get up, resist, get up, submit. And this is real talk. But how can you, and that's real talk. He's not getting ready. He's not a genie in a bottle. But he is a miracle worker. Don't get it twisted. But you got to do your portion. And this is real talk. Unfold, you better unfold. You know what? Don't start nothing, Queen. Unfold your hands and put your hands to the plow. And you're going to have to go by faith and not by sight, not by what you feel. And don't worry about being validated by man. And this is, can I tell you something, Queens? Sometimes, or you're allowing more of your issue or your problem to speak louder than the resolution. You hear me? Because sometimes we can take where we are and turn it into an idol, or how we feel, turn it into an idol and put it above the fact that God can do all things. With him, everything is possible. Through him, you can do all things. Do you hear me? Sometimes we idolize our issue. Queen, let me tell you, let me get up this morning. Even our inadequacies, and our disappointments or our fears or our low self-esteem will do more talking than the resolution or the problem solver. Queens, you got to be a part of your process. So Jesus told me to lean on him. So I told him, some of my friends, if I haven't spoken to you this month about your foods next month, I want you to look in no faces talking about the same thing. If you love God, you cannot. You know what, Jackie? Sometimes if you just live, you don't even have to speak. If you just live and you submit, and then your life become conduent to what God is saying. After a while, Queen, the higher you go, things are just going to start to fall off. You ain't even going to have to open up your mouth. You're just going to be the epistle that the men will read, women and men will read. You'll be the walking billboard. Your actions, your character starts to change. The places that you sit, communicate with, they just start to change as you grow. And then there's going to be moments you ain't got to say your word. Your life will be an expression of your change, your life, how you make choices, whether it's business, family, work. So you start submitting those things unto God. Jackie, you won't even have to open your mouth. They'll be like, we already know, don't ask. We already know, don't play with Jackie. Or we already know, no foolishness. Or they'll start coming to you because now they want to hear the truth, because they know that you will tell the truth, because it's the truth that makes you free. So all the time, you just live. Just live. Submit. Resist the enemy. He'll flee. You said just pray for escape. You know what? Come on, listen to me. Escape your... He said, and Christ said, I am the way of escape, the truth and the life. But Queens, I need you to get up this morning. Get into your rightful places and your positions. You hear me? You are rising up from the inside out, not just from the outside in. And I want to tell you, Queen, it is okay not to be okay. Do you hear me? Because if you feel that you always got to be on top of the mountain to advance, to move, to put you don't have to always feel like you're on top of the mountain to do what God called you to do. Every day is not a top of the mountain experience. You just got to choose if you're going to push in the middle of contraction or not. This is real talk. Are you going to be part of the process or not? And I said earlier, when you're giving birth, if you don't know, when you have a contraction is when they tell you to push. When there is no contraction, this is when they tell you to breathe. I need you to get up this morning. At the hardest part in your life, you gotta push. You gotta be a part of the birth of the. Please, God, don't start now this morning. You got to be a part of the deliverance. Baby, you got to push in the pain. And when you get a moment and there's no pain, make sure you are girding up. Make sure you are locking and loading. Make sure you are studying. Make sure you are listening to the right things that are going to feed you when you got to push to give birth. And this is real talk. I need you to get up this morning. Can you push when you're not okay? Can you still keep pushing while you get into your deliverance? Or you just got your hand folded when the pain comes? You bow to the spirits that visit that place of not being okay. You got to learn how to speak. Woman, thou art loosed. Woman, thou art loosed. You got to be a part of your process. Woman, thou art loosed. This loose is on the inside of you. Do you hear me? When you're not okay, you got to know, woman, thou art loosed. You are not bound, but you are loosed. I need you to get up this morning. And whatever's loose on heaven is loose. Whatever's loose on earth is loosed in heaven. I need you to get up, Queen. Let me tell you something. Get into... Woo! Listen. You said you got to lock my gate for 2 weeks. Get back to the top of the mountain of Zion. So, listen. Queen. And you know what? You better speak over, Queen. You better, woman. Don't start nothing, Barbara. Did you catch it? Because I don't know about you, but I caught that this morning, Queen. Woman, woo! Thou art loose. Barbara, don't start none this morning. You better get up this morning. If you got to point to yourself this morning, listen, woman, thou art loose. So what's holding you up? Come on, I know where you might not feel your best self, but woman, thou art loose. I know you might have, maybe you fell back into some snares and some traps. I need you to know, keep going. Woman, thou art loose. You better get up this morning. Submit yourself unto God. You hear me? Submit, submit, submit. And the more you keep submitting, the fact that you are loose. Come on, listen to me. Watch the enemy. He'll start to flee. You better speak. You better speak over yourself. Don't start nothing. You know what? Speak over. Y'all finna make me sick. Y'all finna make me want to sing a song. Today is 8/7/2023. Speak over yourself. Wait a minute. Don't start now, Queen. Over yourself. Woo! Come on. You shall live and not die. I shall live and not die. I am the head and not the tail. Come on. I am part of the process. Come on. Listen to me. Real talk. Yeah. Queens, get up. You better speak over yourself. These Barbara, these mind battles are no joke. Real talk, Queen, do you hear me? They'll make you sometimes feel like you are in the mind battles, like you are not. We did James 4:7, Queen. We locked and load James 4:7. And let me do woman, thou art loose. Let me get in there because that just came to my spirit just that quick. Quick, woman, thou art loosed. Hold on, let me get it for you. Wait a minute, Barbara. I want to go back to that because if you don't stay sober-minded, and this is real talk, then you get tricked out your spot. Oppression, depression. You start feeling sorry for yourself. You feel like you can't win when you have already won. Don't start none. Won't be none. Let's get back to the top. Give me a minute, Queen. Woman, thou art loosed. We're going to lock and load this morning because that's what we started with. Submitting yourself because you got to be a part of the process. And this is real talk. You got to be a part of your deliverance. You got to be a part of your healing. Do your portion. You know, sometimes we do things trying to be healed from certain arenas or things in life, but then we do like self-inflicted wounds. Not self-inflicted. Listen. And then let me go back to woman thou art loose. Luke 13. Woman thou art loose is Luke 13:12. Y'all got y'all journals? You go to Amazon, get your journals, put in my name, Chantel C. Ross. Go get you some now. And if you got Prime, you get free shipping. They have free shipping for 2 days. So if you are a Prime customer, you can get, I don't know if they still got it, but I know for the last 2 days they have free shipping and you get your journals from Amazon. So make sure you put in Chantel C. Ross for you Prime people. Listen to me, I want you to grab you some. But Luke 13:12, woman thou art loose. But let me go back. I want to go back to something about the mind game, the mind. The battles of the mind are no joke. They are not. It's like fighting a war that is invisible. You cannot see. Whoo! Those are those pressure points that I talk about in the spirit that he comes against. And as long as you keep hitting those pressure points, especially in the temple of in your spirit of your mind, it will frustrate you. It'll make you feel like you are not worthy, that you are not an empowered woman. Listen to me, real talk. The battles in the mind will trick you out of your spots, will cause you to start doing self-inflicted spiritual afflictions. God will tell you up, you be like, no, I'm down. God will tell you are, the head and not the tail. You be like, no, I'm the tail. I'm talking about no, 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 no. You're sitting in heavenly places. No, I'm sitting at rock bottom. If you keep on talking with those things in the spirit of your mind, you'll be just what? You'll be spiritually. You'll be locked down. Oh, I can't do this when God told you you can. He said, listen to me. He said he'll take your ashes, turn them to beauty, but you're still got in the spirit of your mind, still operating out of an ash mentality. I need you to get up this morning. And this is real talk. And don't camouflage. What's that good quote we would say? I don't look like what I've been through, or fake it till you make it. Yeah, take care of yourself through what you want, you confess and believe. And that's real talk, Cynthia. And there is something, Queens, can I tell you how powerful you are? Sometimes we don't even know the ram or the magnitude of our words, the magnitude of our imagination, how powerful it is. You are so powerful that if you think a thing, you can bring that thing into existence. Because what happens, you're now operating in your spirit or your mind. It's a whole new, it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world. And we have been so accustomed to working just in this natural realm. There's a whole new world that God has given us to operate in, and there is a system in it. Come on, that you can say those things as though they are. You can capture things in the spiritual mind, and they can be just as real and as tangible as you and I. This is real talk, Queens. I need you to get up, but you got to submit. That's why when something say you can't do a thing, you declare over your life, yes, I can. Not too long ago, I was struggling in an area, and I was like, okay, God, I'm struggling. I says it's been 6 months. I got, I'm struggling in this particular area. I said, Lord, I put myself available. I need your wisdom in this area. If you sit me here, you will finish what you started. But it was up to me to start reading and to study, to start looking, to applying, to start putting pieces together that had been missing. And then what happened all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. God done a 360, but you got to be a part of your process, because you could either say, oh, I can't do this and I can't do this and I can't do this. As long as you keep saying you can't, you won't. But if you declare out of your mouth, I can do this because through Christ I can do all things. Lord, give me a system, give me a rhythm, give me wisdom, show me the strategy to being successful. Because there was one moment all the time I would just hear my name, Chantel, 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 Chantel. Honey, 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 honey. I ain't heard them call my name. Whoa, listen. And one day I was like, yo, they're not calling my name now. They won't be calling my name again. Not for this issue. Queens, you are so powerful. You hear me? Queen, honey. Oh, and it is, Jackie, obedience. Ooh. Obedience. Well, geez, he had blood coming down out his temple. Obedience? Obedience ain't nothing to play with, Queens, and that's real talk. Do you hear me? Yeah, obedience and sacrifice is two different games. Oh, it's two different. That's two different playing fields. Obedience and sacrifice. Queen, I can't be messing with you this morning because them is two whole differences. There's two whole different things. I want to talk to some of you ladies today. Barbara Queen, this is Queen, when you think you got it together, then boom. Queen, real talk. It starts creeping again because it's losing the hold of your mind. Stay on your wall. Queen, do you hear me? I told one of you queens, I said, plug back in. Plug back in, because you know when you plugged in properly, it's hard for the enemy to access you. But when you start listening, because now you get comfortable. What happens when you start getting comfortable? You get comfortable, you get a little laid back, you know where everything's going good, you know what, la-di-da, and then boom, you absolutely right. So that means because we can when there's a contraction, we'll get up, we'll pray and we'll pray and we'll fight. But what about when you're breathing? Are you still praying? Are you still meditating? Are you still studying, show yourself approved? Are you still walking in a sound mindness? When you're breathing, and then you get to that contraction, we call it the boom. Woo! Listen, what you've been breathing should be able to get you through the contraction. Because sometimes we get comfortable and we don't stay plugged into the source when we breathe. You start doing what you want to do. No. Your breathing is your prayer. Your breathing is when you're meditating. And then when the boom comes, you better know how to push. Real talk. And Barbara, think you got it all together, then boom. But God, at the end of the day, just make sure you are part of your process. Just breathe. You know what? Don't start nothing, Queen. That's what they told me too when I was giving birth. They was like, breathe. I'm ready for this joker to come up out of here. You talk about breathe. They make you stop, breathe, and they watch the monitoring and watch the screen. When the contraction hit, push. When the contraction subside, breathe. Push! Woo! Breathe. Push! Come on, Queen, breathe. Real talk, Queen, listen. You can't lose oxygen. Woo! I need you to get up this morning. Maybe you stopped pushing. You stopped pushing because it went boom. There is life after this. Whatever that this or that is in your life, there is still life. But you got to be a part of your process. And this is real talk. You hear me? Listen, we're getting ready to get up out of here. Some of you queens, it says get up. You got to get up, queen. You got to get up. You have to be intentional about your get up. You got to do this thing on purpose. You got to do this thing with sometimes you just got to go and do it, but you got to get up or with strategy. You hear me? It's like rocking and rolling sticks. Listen to me, real talk. You got to get up. Do you hear me? Queen, the fire so fire, Lord have mercy. It purifies, it burns up. Come on, fire is so powerful. It's used to form. Listen, come on, diamonds and metals and come on, listen, the fire. Don't start nothing, Queen, this morning. You hear me? Let me tell you, it purifies. Woo! It burns up. Come on. It reshapes. Don't start none. It refines. I got to get up out of here. Y'all need to, Queen, listen, but you got to, listen, submit. Do you hear me? What you say, Sasha, Queen, you got to get up. You got to get up. I know it gets hard. The getting up don't always come easy, because when you're dealing with the invisible, the invisible realm or the spiritual realm, and it's in your spirit or your mind, it ain't on the outer, it's on the inward. Man, the game changes. Your mind, your thoughts. Come on, the level intensity of warfare. Curtis Mayfield said, "Keep on pushing." Come, cause you can don't start now. You can't stop now, Queen. Don't start nothing. But I have to walk it out with you, Barbara. Listen to me, and this is real talk. You can't stop now. You know what? And don't let nothing hold you back and hold you down. You just gotta decide. Grab the bull by the horn. You're gonna have to pray and fight. Push. Breathe. Get up. If I was to ask you how long you been there, how long you been there? How long you gonna stay there? Are you gonna lock in? Woo! And don't switch up from the inside out. Because he that is in you, not he that is on the outside of you, he that is in you is greater than he that is in this world. I need you to get up this morning. Get a part of your process. Submit to God. The enemy, he'll flee. And it may take some work. It may take months, days, decades. I don't know your journey. And I don't know what your mandate or what your assignment or your purpose is or what you have been destined for. But you got to be a part of your process, Queen, and that's real talk. We get ready to get up out of here. It's fresh on Monday, but you got to be a part of your process. Go back. Get the spirit of your mind in the right place. Make sure you plugged into the right source. I want to talk to some of you have received my, come on, Queen. You say, I am resurrected now. You don't start nothing, Queen. Get up. No, don't start nothing. Some old dry bones. Listen to this. You shall live. You hear me? You shall live. Resurrected, that's real talk. I want to talk to you, Queens, today. Some of you guys got an inbox from me, and I sent you a Live Good text message or a inbox. The reason why I did that, because guys, listen, God said, I want you to be in good health even as your soul prosper. You guys know I do TLC, Total Life Change, NutriBurst, Blossom Me, Detox Seeds. Those are my heart. But I realized that TLC or Total Life Change, I watched a more affordable way of staying healthy. So I sent you a link. I want to talk to two types of people in this room. There's going to be customers and there's going to be business owners. Let me do this real quick. Let me see if I can wrap this up. But I sent you a link. It's called Living Good. If you see the link on my page, I need you to click on it. I'm going to go over there now. Can I just do them? This is a little sidebar because I want to talk to two people. I want to talk to business owners and I want to talk to those who want to do a business, or I want to talk to customers. But there is a link on my page. I'm trying to get to it. If you haven't gotten there yet, I need you to get to it. Let me see if I can Let me see if I can push. I'm going to try to see if I can push it. Thank you for sharing, Queen. I just saw that. I want to talk to two people because we need an affordable way to get our health needs met. TLC has great quality products, but of course you get quality, you pay for quality at the end of the day. But I want to introduce something to you. It's called Live Good. And Live Good, let me share it real quick on my page and put it back on the top of my page. Live Good is health products. I want you to take a look. Our health products that helps you get your super greens, your reds. It helps you with your calcium, your bones, and it's a cheaper way of getting your health needs met. And I want to be able to meet every woman on every every aspect of their life. And I know TLC has another ram, has another level. I still be in TLC, still taking my products, but I need to reach that woman who say, listen, I can spend $22 a month. I can spend $17. I'm talking to that woman. So I want you to go into look for Live Good. I'm talking to the member, and then what's wonderful about the program is this: for $9.95, you can get you like a membership for $9.95, so you can get your products at wholesale. That's the one. I'm just talking to the customer right now. So if you sign up, do your $9.95 a month and get you a product. And get your products. You get your calcium, you get your CBD, you can get your multivitamins, you can get your beets, you can get your greens, all and your protein, all in a powder form. You can get that because I need to reach every woman, and so you can get your product. You get 90% off of the products if you go through Live Good. Because I need to reach every woman. And that's real talk for me. So to the customer, if you get your membership for $9.95 a month, you get your health needs and your products met for only 90%. You get 90% off of your retail order at the wholesale prices. So just join me. Now I want to talk to the business owner. Can I talk to the business owner? I want to talk to the business owner, those who may want to get into a business. Maybe you want to, and what if you've been with me in TLC, Total Life Change has a little high requirements, which means you have to buy a product every month. With Live Good, you don't have to buy your product every month. The only thing you need to do to get in position, I'm talking to the business owners, is make sure you get into the plan for $9.95. Boom. And you do affiliate marketing for $40 one time. So your $9.95 will be every month. That $40 will be one time, and you don't have to buy a product if you choose to or you don't. And that puts you in position as a business owner. And so the affiliate marketing portion allows when people start ordering products through your account, you will get paid. And it's just, I'm talking to two people in this room. I'll probably do this again for some of the people in the back that don't understand why I've given you the link to Live Good, because I need to meet every woman based on where they are. TLC meets a woman on another level financially, and Live Good will meet you on another level, also on another financial level. But the thing about it, spirit, soul, and body, God prays that you are in good health even as your soul prospers. So if I can just say that one more time for the customer, you $9.95 a month, and you can get whatever, and then you buy your products however you want at wholesale. You can't beat that. To the business owner, you do that $9.95 every month, and you will pay a one-time $40 market affiliated price. That puts you in business one time. And after that, you business owners, you are in the business for $9.95 a month, and you buy your products if you choose to or if you don't. It's just that simple. I need you to get up this morning, Queens, because you got to make choices for your life. I pray you are in good health even as your soul prosper. I hope y'all caught that. I'll probably do this again, but I wanted to explain why I sent you the links the way that I did, and some of you women, I wanted to particularly catch up with you because I know some of you women were maybe distributors of TLC, Total Life Change. You need good health, and you also wanted to make money at the same time, but sometimes getting what you need to be prosperous and to make the income that you're looking for took more work, or you become a good advocate of the product. You become a better of a customer than you would in setting up people in the business perspective. Listen, I must see you personally, Coach. When you get this escape, I'm coming up north. All right, Queen, don't start nothing, Queen. I'm getting it together. Don't start, no, won't be none. But Queens, I want you to take care of yourself. Do you hear me? Take care of you. Go hit those links. Go Live Good, spirit, soul, and body. Take care of you. Don't you know your health also affects your mental? It affects your emotional. Sugar, it affects you, Queen. You got to be a part of your process. You want healing in areas of your life. There's some things you're going to have to get rid of. Obedience, not just in the area of, we talked about obedience is better than sacrifice. You're going to have to be obedient in some of the things that you eat. You got to be obedient in some of the things that you drink. You got to be, and this is real talk. You can take this whole thing across the whole board of your body. But I need to be able to reach every woman in this room. Maybe TLC cannot reach you because of the cost. But I know Live Good can reach you for $9.95 a month, so you can get your proteins, your CBD, your beets, your greens, your vegetables for 17. I mean, real, you can't beat that. Because, Queen, I want you to be healthy, strong, and so does God. Do you hear me? But you have to decide. He says, how much you charge by the hour? You said, because my doctor, 240. Queen, listen, I think I'm due $25 for 30 minutes. Is it $50 for an hour? I can coach you. I do like coaching. I'm certified. Real talk. Do you hear me? Do you go to my website? We set some time aside and just deal with those things that you've been dealing with. What, you know what, in the real talk, and then let God do what he do, and give you some strategies and some the words of wisdom how to get out of that thing. But Queen's out. He says, when you can't go proper rest, you do proper rest, good eating, getting rid of sugars. Make sure you're getting your greens, your super reds, your multivitamins. So guys, go visit the website, because you got to be a part of your process. You have to be a part of your process. Do you hear me? And I told God the other day, God, you say you will meet us where we are. You will meet us where we are. He'll meet you. And I believe in this health arena, through Live Good, he's met you. Queen, only thing you do, he said, one plant, one water, but it's God who gives it the increase. And that is real talk. So I pray on the words of wisdom that God will increase, he'll increase it. He'll send someone to keep watering it. This is real talk. The seed in the ground already, Queen, and that's real talk. The seed is already in the ground. So go hit that link for Live Good. Let's go. Listen, to God be the glory, Queen. You hear me? To God be the glory. But you know what? And one thing, to see a harvest, Queen, you can't give up. You got to push when there's a contraction. You got to be a part of the process. And this is real talk. Because sometimes we lay in hands, and you know what? When individuals are not doing what is required, you got to be obedient to the process. And this is real talk. But guys, listen, if you have any questions, inbox me. And remember, I was talking to the member, to the customer, and I'm also talking to you business owners who wants to get into business. So I want you to join me. You can inbox me. Have any questions, I can send you some information. But why not be a part of something and then help others as well? And that's real talk. So to my customers, go check out the link to Live Good. To my business owners, go check out the link to Live Good. Do you hear me? And remember, it's only $9.95 a month. It's just that simple, $9.95 a month. And then you can buy your products at at wholesale. You get up to 90% off of your products if you do the $9.95 membership. And then for my business owners, you'll do your $9.95 a month, which is a membership, and you make sure you do that one time affiliate marketing for $40. You just got into business for $40.95 one time. Just that simple. So I want to talk to you. If you're interested, you inbox me. I can send you the video, some information. It says the riches of the wisdom you are rapping is in the truth. The fans can relate. Rituals don't work. Queen, real talk. You know what? Listen. Rituals, religion. You got to be a part of your process. You have to make a change. You have to decide, and that is real talk. You got to learn how to use your little bit until you get much. Matter of fact, I think live good is an opportunity to use your little bit to get much. You hear me? So make sure you go check those links out. When I come back of doing 30 minutes of self-love, I'm going to share to you all the products, how I'm using them in juicing, how I'm using Life Good in my smoothies. I got to get up out of here, family, but I want to talk about you being a part of your process. You hear me? And using what you have so you can get where you're going. And honey, I love TLC. There's products that I'm still going to maintain, but I believe I need to be able to reach every woman. Every woman. And for $9.95 a month, that's not a far reach. And to my business owners, $49.95 one time is not enough. It's not much to become your own business owner, to create some passive income. This is real talk. I know it is. But know that I love you. I'll see you Wednesday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are live. Go grab your t-shirts from Queen Rise Up. We can change your font colors if you like. You can do black. You can do silver. You can do pink. You can do purple. You can do a beautiful blue. You can do green. You can put your font colors in any color you want. You guys don't know, I love working in the particular fabric. Very beautiful at the end of the day. It says they scared if you come around to the dead because you will make them. Queen Real Talk. Well, hey. Well, that's what light does. It shines lights into dark places. And that's real talk. It's something about when you're walking in who God says you are. Sometimes, Queen, you don't even have to open up your mouth. And you will make demons to start trembling. I got to get up out of here. It is 10:30 Eastern Standard Time live. You guys make sure you meet me right here Wednesday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I want you to get up to date on this Monday and get part of your process. Get part of that thing that you want God to do for you. Submit, resist, real talk. You have a responsibility in what you want. And that is real talk. Make sure you visit me at queenriseup.com. Email me at queensriseup1@yahoo.com. You can reach out to me. I got you. Yeah, make sure you check out the Live Good link and let's go. You ready? I'm talking to my customers and I'm talking to my business people. I really want you to join me in business. I think one of the queens, I sent you a message for you to reach me. I really pray that you contact me, okay? Listen, guys, know that I love you. Be blessed. I'll see you Wednesday. Take the meat, leave the bones, and that is real talk. You hear me? May Jesus seal this moment in time in Jesus' name, and may God reach you where you are so you can go where he is, not where he's been. God holds us accountable. He does, Queen. We are accountable. We are accountable. You know, one of the queens asked for an accountable partner. The most accountable partner you can really partner with is to the Holy Spirit. Partner with him. Listen to what he says to you. Partner with him. Be accountable to the Holy Spirit. Real talk. And I know it's nice to have someone to help you, to build you up, to comfort you, to empower you, to encourage you. But let me say, accountability, after a while, that's personal. That's personal. Accountability. And that's real talk. But know that I love you. You guys be blessed. I'll see you Wednesday right here at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, inbox me, email me. I got you. Or leave me a comment.